Okay, let's see if we're back here. One sec, guys, as I try to fix this. Had to replug in my lights for the screen here. Freaking internet sucks right now. Let's just talk. So, Brian Kelly gets his first win at LSU. That is very great right there. Because you want to see that, hey, can he actually handle the SEC play, right? He couldn't handle FSU, but and then week one, and then Southern happened, score a bunch of points, and then you go into SEC play. And at first, right, I will say this, right, it didn't feel like Brian Kelly could do this, right? That first half was a mess. One sec here. How do I? Let me see if I can do this here. Copy. And here. Let's see here. Okay, yeah. Now I'm back here, right? As I was talking about, Brian Kelly's first time in the SEC playing, right? He decides to receive the ball first after winning the coin toss. That is a bit of a weird play, I must add, but hey, I understand it, right? In a game in which you're going against probably one of the best offenses, right? These past 2 weeks, you gotta get the ball as many times as you can, and I think scoring first helps that out, right? But starting your third O-line rotation, right? Your two true freshmen are your tackles now. That is very interesting, and that may not even be the final form of this O-line, mind you, right? Costs you a drive that you punted, and then Mississippi State goes and gets a touchdown, right? Not looking so great, right? And then you go into a punt. Next time you punt it, Mississippi State goes for it again. Turnover on downs because Mike Leach was very trigger happy with fourth down calls. And it just turns into whose defense can play better, right? And it goes on, all that, right? Till the second half, right? In which Mississippi State scores another touchdown. And then Mississippi State scores another touchdown. Then LSU scores a touchdown on their own to end their half, right? Not looking so great in that first half, right? And I really wouldn't blame a lot of fans for not feeling so hopeful with that, mind you, right? But it was very interesting stuff there, I must say. Because this could have just been the normal, hey, Mississippi State's going to keep this lead. LSU's defense is going to play their heart out, eventually get tired, and just, I don't know, lose the game, right? Brian Kelly will have his first loss. All that type of stuff could have happened, right? But he didn't. That didn't happen. Brian Kelly adjusted. Mike Jimbrick adjusted. Matt House kept it going. He was probably the MVP coach of this game. I will not lie to you guys here. Stopping this air raid offense was some of his best work since that disastrous FSU game. But as I said before, in the second half, LSU figured out their offense, right? Jane Daniels is a quarterback that should not be a quarterback that has to think, if that makes sense, right? It should be very easy stuff. If you don't see your read, run for it, right? All that, and that's what we saw in this half, right? And good on Jane Daniels for keeping on being this offense, right? He kept LSU in this game in the second half. He had some good third downs, found the guys that could make the plays for that game. I know we want to see Jack Besh and Keishon Butte, but They weren't playing that well, right? They are looking for snaps there, right? So Jenkins and Neighbors stepped up, got their plays in. Run game started forming in the second half due to the tiring of the Mississippi State defense. But overall, right, my major point is this, right? LSU adjusted in the second half when it looked like they could have just easily lost, and then they scored like 31 points nonstop. It seemed just very interesting stuff, and it didn't even look like this would have happened, right? If it wasn't for LSU's long snapper, he was there when Mississippi State muffed that punt, and he just played so well there. Give me one sec here. Let me fix my internet. But anyway, yes, as I said before, this entire momentum switch for LSU came from a muff punt that the long snapper of all people grabbed. So shout out him, right? And just shout out this team for keep on fighting, right? There was always this talk, can Brian Kelly go and start a new program at LSU? Can he fit this locker room? Can he do everything, right? Well, these players are fighting, right? They're fighting for LSU. They're fighting for their coach. They're fighting for a good season compared to the last two, right? This is a team filled with people that were here for the last 2 years, players that transferred, walk-ons, all that type of stuff, right? And they just beat Mississippi State, a team that a lot of people feared should have been Mississippi State's year, all of that, right? Like, let's read these stats here. Let's see if I can get these stats up here from these guys to give them their, like, team stats. Let's get them up here, right? Now, by the end of the game, right, LSU had more yards than Mississippi State. Insane the way that first half went. Just insane right there. And just very interesting stuff there. Let's see what else is there. What else is there? Sorry, very much an instant reaction, as the title of this live stream says. As I am, my thoughts on this game are very interesting, right? It's just bad first half, right? You found some tempo going into the end of the half, right? You come back in for the second half, keep that same momentum, have one of your best special teams plays to get momentum back for Jaden Daniels, who is carrying this LSU offense, mind you. It may not look like it at all times. Even Brian Kelly knows that Jaden Daniels can be a better quarterback, right? But he is your offense. You can always, I think, make a safe bet to say he's going to lead this team in rushing yards. But, hey, this offense figured out how to score. This defense kept up the momentum. They never tired in this game. I never thought they tired in this game. Sure, there was special teams mistakes. That is still the weak point, and probably will be the weak point for a long while, but they did well. They did enough to win. Not many mistakes, except for one mistake, I must say. They tried to field a punt at a stupid yard line, mind you, right? You don't field a punt there, and Mississippi State almost got the ball, so I'll say that. But what else is there? Talk about, so, what else is there? But yeah, very interesting play from LSU. I am glad that this team fought to the end, and they showed why they fight to the end, because they knew that they could beat Mississippi State, a team that probably everybody thought was going to beat LSU. They adjusted well. Brian Kelly adjusted well. He got his first conference win in like 12 years. And just a very interesting game. Shout out this entire defense for LSU for keeping LSU in this game till they figure out their offense. And shout out the offense for picking up their slack from that first half to win this game. So overall, Good stuff from LSU. Good stuff. But yeah, that is probably going to be it for me today, as I want to rewatch this game and give more quick thoughts. I don't know when that's going to release. Probably Tuesday. Tuesdays are good days for me to upload. I will say that. But yeah, final thoughts. Once again, LSU, bad first half. They readjusted themselves, found out what works, what doesn't work, and LSU's defense stepped up for this entire game. Your MVPs are your defensive players. BJ Ojolari is probably the biggest MVP of all the defense, I will say that. And just ultimate team win for LSU, and a rebuilding year under Brian Kelly, who is trying to rebuild a program to win championships. But yeah, that is going to be it for me today. Hope you guys enjoyed this live stream. If you did, like, subscribe, comment, all that. That helps out this channel. And I will see you guys next time.